The exciting thing about Camp Monroe is that I think that we've been called a generational camp because generations follow each other to camp, and I think that's been true for us, and it's been true for a lot of our friends that were here at Camp Monroe.
When I bring my young people here, I work with a youth group, and when I bring them here, they have the time and space to meet God, and they do. And I feel like it's an investment in their future, it's an investment in the church. It is passing on to them the love of the Creator and His creation.
Lots of great things are happening at camp now. We have great staff. Lindsay is doing a wonderful job of being a visionary for us about what the future holds for Camp Monroe. I'm excited about the idea that we're going to see some dreams realized, that the camp is alive and beautiful and still touches people.
You know, I've seen kids grow up here. I've seen kids come here as little, you know, third graders, and come till they were grown and come back as counselors. So I mean, I've seen counselors get married here, you know, and are still married to this day. So this camp touches a lot of people, and you know, if just one summer we touch a kid or do something to change their life, it's that whole summer's worth the heat and the bugs and the you know, all the stuff that goes along with it. But I mean, you know, I love the horses, and I love doing the ropes course, and I love taking kids down the Lumber River. That's fun. That's fun. I just like being here. I mean, it's just a great place.
And we were invited to a meeting of the Presbytery and told that something that was going to impact youth was going to take place. So we went not knowing what to expect. And in the course of the meeting, Mr. H.F. and Monroe and his lovely wife Belle gave the Presbytery a tract of land, and that was on the initial tract on which we were to establish a camp. This camp was to benefit and serve the youth ministry of the Presbytery. After that, they gave 3 additional tracts of land to where today we have approximately 360 acres in the camp property. I was a member of that group the day it was born, and this is Camp Monroe's 60th year. And we are delighted that it is still here. We're delighted that the vision of Mr. H.F. and Miss Belle that they had for a place for youth to learn, to grow, and to learn about the Bible is still here.
This camp allows children to get out of their normal environments of school and home, and they get to come to camp. They get to be away from all of the TV and games and video games, and they get to basically live in nature.
I chose to be a counselor at Monroe because I thought it'd be a great opportunity to make lifelong friends and grow closer to God.
And so when I reached college, I knew that I would be at an age where I could work as a counselor at a camp. And I had been to Monroe at Presbytery Youth Council planning retreats, and I just knew that it was the perfect place for me to work. So I'm really excited to be here.
And somehow there's this mysterious connection between God and the outdoors. You just don't get the same thing somewhere else. But I live only 20 miles away, and yet this place allows us to have, as I've said, the time and the space that we need to get away from everything and put our attention on the deeper mysteries of life and how God is at work in their lives and what God will do in their lives.
All right, some of the groups that we have that we cater to that are using our facilities are the Presbyterian churches. Both youth, children, and adult groups are coming and using our facilities. But so are churches from different denominations. We also pick up groups that come year after year, like our hospice groups. We have 2 bereavement camps that we offer, and we also have an AA retreat that really has been coming ever since we first begun. So those groups are faithful to us, and so do we also pick up groups like Scouts, and we've also are now getting some more weddings, and so these are things that we want to continue to build up. Monroe Camp and Retreat Center, what is special about it is that it is a sacred place for a lot of people. And we have all these different people that are coming and using our facilities. But overall, it is a place that people enjoy coming to, that they don't even realize sometimes they need to get away from their busy lives and retreat and get away. And so what's special about Monroe is we are that place where there really is no other place like us.
So camp is a great place for children to come and learn about God. It's also a great place for youth to come back and renew their faith by being on staff or coming to retreats. It's a wonderful place for adults to come to either work and help with the camp or to be involved in retreat work. God's creation is at its best at Camp Monroe. You can see Him everywhere, from the lake to Boyd Hall to Hafer when there are lots of people in there, to the horses, to just nature all around you.
I can leave town and come out here and sit down all by myself, and everything that had me upset is gone. Now we have a wonderful labyrinth. You can come out and walk through the labyrinth, and at the end of that I'm ready to go out and start a new day. It's a very peaceful place to come and unwind and reorganize myself.
We are really kicking off this capital campaign in a big way, and we are excited about it. We believe that it is now the time for us to go ahead and renovate some of these facilities that are needing to be done, and start to improve some of our facilities to move from rustic camping more towards a conference center, which is more of what people are seeking at this time, is more that conference center ministry that we would like to offer. Camping is a lot different from what it was in 1954 when we began, but now we are at a new time with kids of a different era, and there's sort of expectations not only by the campers but also by the parents. And so that's what we are trying to cater to, is the reality that we are working with folks in the 21st century, and we really need to update our facilities and really build a new space for them to come and retreat. But the other thing I think that is important is that it's not just about our facilities. It's about pouring money into buildings. It's about building a ministry. We want to continue to build a ministry, and we have vision, and hopeful vision for the future that is not just about building buildings.
Camps like this have had to change with the times, and we are in the process of moving from just a summer camp to a year-round retreat property. We have our first capital campaign that has just kicked off, and one of the things in that campaign is a new lodge that will accommodate 40 people for retreats, winterizing the big Boyd Hall where conferences can take place there, and then winterizing a few more of our cabins.
Most importantly, it is the time that we really need folks to give to the capital campaign. It is so important for our future that folks really give to our campaign to update our facilities and to continue to be one of our covenant keepers. That is what really helps us to sustain ourselves, but also to continue to build up and grow in this ministry.
We've got a new director, and she's got energy now, and she's got a lot of new ideas, and so I think things are going to get exciting. So I'm looking forward to it.
There are no boundary lines at a camp. We are all God's people, and I think that's what makes Camp Monroe exciting. It always has been and always will be a place where all of God's people are welcomed and embraced.
Responding to God's love, our mission at Monroe Camp and Retreat Center is to invite people to a place and time apart where relationships with God, others, and creation are nurtured, and where Christ's call for discipleship is discovered.